Well, howdy, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to X4 with the Star Wars mod. I still haven't plugged in the latest hotfix for the patch yet. The 046 hotfix 3. Don't have it yet. I'm probably going to be putting it in before the live stream next week. Well, end of this week. But yeah, so this is just gonna be a quick little update for those of you who haven't seen the live stream. And I'm basically going to be going through like some things of like how to set up a playthrough and how I run my playthroughs in order to try to get money quickly and try to build a very strong economy. So let's go ahead and hop into that while we're flying out here. Okay, so as you can see, compared to last week's video, I've got a lot of new miners and a lot of transporters. Now, as you can see, I've got one set up for advanced electronics, claytronics, hull parts, microchips, refined metals, silicon wafers, so on and so forth. But what I'm going to show you is... So this one's not quite at level 3 yet. And like I said, link below. During live stream, I mentioned that there's going to be a link below. In the link below, you'll see my mod list. And one of the mods that I am currently running is to increase the speed at which crews actually level up. Because of the base rate game, you'd be sitting here for hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours before you ever reach level 3. So anyways, so I've got several trades set up for this guy, and I'm just going to go ahead and order him to do some more trades. Now, something else that I mentioned during the live stream was every single time that like you've set up your trades, always set up for trades for 5 different materials. Now, these materials will be different across every single player. So for right now, the ones that are most profitable for me are advanced electronics, claytronics, graphene, microchips, and silicon wafers. Now you're probably wondering, why would they be different? It's a single player game. Well, the stations are randomized every single playthrough. So they're not going to have the exact same stations whatsoever, and they're going to be randomly placed. So, like, on my playthrough for, like, my last playthrough that I've still got up, I'm hoping to get back to it soon. This equipment dock is actually further down here, and this wharf is further up here. Now, all these little stations in between there, these are all randomized. They're never the same. And this is even just the Imperials, which the Imperials, it's programmed to have certain stations at start. But for, like, over here, for example, like, this wharf is over here in my robo playthrough, not right here. And this shipyard is over here, not right there. So, like I said, try to pick your 5 trades, like your 5 wares, and try to trade with those. See what actually has the most profit. Start looking for variances of about 150 credits. It's like that's where you're really going to make the most money. And the other thing to note is that try doing those trades several different times to see of where they're actually going, to see if that transaction rate keeps continuing. These 5 are what's working for me right now. So let's go ahead and look at microchips real quick while I'm setting this guy up. Oh, got the wrong thing selected. Come on, there we go. Alright, so we're going to go microchips, right? Yeah, so 913 to 1090. And as you can see, even though I got to get more, there we go. And then the microchips, right there, profit of 77,000. And the Gazanti transports actually don't have the most cargo capacity out of all the trading transports, so that's good profit. And so as I set these up, and as they level up, then they can start turning into some of these. So I'm going to go to my microchips transporter here. And right here, so he's already level 4, so he actually leveled up. Oh, no, go back to that. Messed that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so what you'll do is when they level up to level 3, you can see right here, auto trade. So I've got the auto trade set up, alright? And then I'm going to click on microchips, because I've already named them microchips. And then I want him to trade out of Heretic's End. Now, this is the important thing, is knowing where you want to put your anchor space. Start to look to see where the like wares are being sold from and where they're being bought from, and you want to be in the middle. So that way they can actually spread to several other locations if they need to trade microchips to some of those other locations. So anyways, I'm going to set them up to buy and a max jump rate of 4 and a sell rate of 4. And I always want to max those out. So like you can actually min-max this if you really wanted to only go to certain locations for buying and selling and stuff like that. You can do that. I'd rather just go on ahead to set it up to max because they'll always look for the lowest price and they'll always try to sell at the highest price. Alright, so now let's move on to the miners. So I've got a couple of new ore miners, and I think this, no, that's not one of them. Got to figure out which one's the new one. Okay, so this guy's the new one. So the first thing that you get right off the bat is Sector Auto Mine. Okay, it doesn't take any requirements whatsoever. Now there's a nice little trick that you can use for the Sector Auto Mine. Now what that is, it's actually broken for Imperials. It doesn't work here. But let's say that you wanted to sell in the Void. Okay? Actually, let me change that. Let's say that you wanted to sell ore somewhere in Black Hole Sun. Okay? So what you'll do is you'll actually set their anchor space to Black Hole Sun. But what you do is you send the actual miner out to the Void to go mine in this high resource zone. Now the Void is very, very specific about its actual ore rates. It actually has some of the highest ore and Nevidium in the game. The reason being is because of the minerals and the asteroids that are there have some sort of toxic radiation that actually drain your shields and hull while you're out there. But if you're not in system, the player isn't physically there, it's not going to do anything to your vessels whatsoever. So that's something to note. Now, what I said is you set them to here, okay, to mine. But then you switch the anchor space to where you want them to sell. And they will constantly go back here to sell, but they will always, always, always mine in the sector that you set up. It eventually breaks about the 20th to 25th venture. They finally start going to somewhere closer or somewhere else that actually has a nice resource zone that's closer to like Black Hole Sun. The only reason why I'm using that one as an example is because I've set this up before for the Void, and they were doing it about the 25th to 26th time. Then they started coming out here to Hatikva's Choice number 3. So that's just something else to note. Now, as you start to level them up, as you can see that this guy's not. Oh no, he is level 4. So we're gonna go ahead and set this guy up for the better. But anyways, Advanced Auto Mine. Okay. So it works just like Sector Mine, except that you can set your max distance to sell and max distance to gather resources and max distance to sell resources. Now, I've got them set up for Stronghold for apparent reasons. I'm doing an Imperial playthrough. But we're going to go ahead and set up the Oxford Mine, and this is where it gets really, really cool. So once you finally get them to this level, as you can see, maximum gate distance to gather resources, 15 jumps. Max gate distance to sell resources, 15 jumps. Now, what's really cool about this is how mining was set up right out the gate for auto mine when the game first launched. So all this stuff has been changed through the past year. So this is nice to note that you need to aim for this. And this is the other reason why I have that mod that increases the rate at which your crew members gain experience. Okay. So, another update after we've gone through that little experimentation. We've got 2 stations that are currently being built, and as you can see, we own Heretic's End. So we're basically like the gatekeepers to the Empire, which is nice. But we're going to go ahead and plan build here, and here is our station that's currently being worked on. And as you can see, we've got our turrets and stuff set up on these discs. Same thing with the bridges and everything else like that, so it's a nice little defense platform. But it also has our administrative center, and we've got plenty of docks on board, so we can order our fleet to start docking here. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the other station that we've got set up, and I'll go through it with you. And I'm also going to be adding a link in the description below for the calculator. The calculator is pretty important. Because of that way you know exactly what modules you're going to need in order to set everything up. And another thing to note is I'm actually going to be adding some habitats here because I just bought these. That's why I was sitting there at the Wharf in Stronghold. Anyways, so this is going to be our silicon wafer production. So what I've got here is I've got 4 energy cell production, so that way we can be selling energy cells as well, and our silicon wafer production. Because those silicon wafers, for whatever reason, in this entire area, are selling like hotcakes. So I'm really going to try to be pushing this as quickly as I can. But something quick to note is I usually try to focus build my stations to have one select thing, so that way I'm not spending a fortune or waiting a long time for this thing to get running, that these things can get running very, very quickly, and then set up something else for something else. Because you can set up traders for the auto distribute wares and stuff like that, so that way they can actually come and grab resources from one building and set it to the other. And you're going to be seeing that later for when I set up my food rations and medical supplies station. So that's also something else to note. But real quick about setting up these stations is I always run 2 of the storage types relative to what actually goes into creating the product. So silicon wafers only require silicon and energy cells in order to produce the wafers. So all I need is just large container storage and large solid storage. Now you will have to increase your container storage the more modules that you start tacking on. So for every 2 modules of production that you start tacking on, I would add another 2 large container storages, because they fill up very, very quickly. So anyways, that's about it, and that's going to wrap up this little update video. And we are working on building the fleet, as I said before. Right now, the only real fleet that I have is just this bulk cruiser builder that I bought. He's got 7 TIE fighters. He had 10, lost 3 to a Mandalorian Deathwatch Crusader. So that was unfortunate. But for the most part, that's what we've got for a fleet right now. And I'm currently on the Customs Corvette. And let's just go ahead and dock here. And there's our station. And I'm probably going to kick somebody out. Maybe you. I'm just going to go ahead and dock here real quick, and I'm probably going to fast forward to when we're docked and everything, and I'll talk to you here shortly. Well, howdy ladies and gentlemen, and we're back, and we are docked at our new station. And something I want to showcase very, very quickly, because I know this video is starting to run on a little bit longer than it should. But for the most part, something I just want to showcase real quick is that we have a new logo. So give me 1 second here, and I just want to put into comms.
Can I help?
Oh wait, no. Did that wrong. Information, crew, and who we're gonna take? We're gonna take Ace Weast, I think.
Can I help?
Work somewhere else for me. Select and manager assign. And there's our manager for this station. So let's just go on ahead and check out our new manager's office. And here we are. There's the new logo for the Imperial playthrough. And I know it's not the actual Imperial logo, it's actually the Pentastar alignment, and that's what I went with. Trying to go with like a Pentastar alignment with some nice like purple variation in there. Kind of liked it. Anyways, here's our new manager. And so this is something that's pretty cool, and this comes with one of the other mods that I'm running, is that I can improve relations with certain factions based on money that I have. So I can actually pay to get them back to neutral. And then I can also like declare war on certain people and set them up to actually be at war with. Lots of really cool things, and I think that's the Dynamic Wars mod. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know that it was quick and brief, and that I was just trying to be informative as possible. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget that I stream X4 and show all my background work and all my background footage on Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight GMT. And like I said, I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and like and comment down below. It doesn't cost you anything. And a lot of you guys haven't even subscribed yet. So, anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.